Hi, welcome to another episode of That's a Thing, Accent Core plus R. It is episode 0.96, and it is Wednesday, November the 23rd. Get your turkeys thawing, people.
Yeah, I just eat Thanksgiving. I'm Kevin. I just eat Thanksgiving at my mom's, so she does the cooking. It's easier that
Yeah,
way.
we did our own Thanksgiving last year, and it was nice not to have family to worry about.
Mine actually has gotten like pretty decent because a lot of like the relatives have either moved away or died, so it's basically just eating dinner with my mom.
All right, that's a nice little thing. You make a little something to take.
Oh, I usually just bring in like an appetizer from like Food City. I usually bring like deviled eggs or something. Just a little snacky before it goes.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, yeah, that's what I bring. Usually I bring like a cheese ball and like crackers for like Christmas time because it takes a while to eat.
Maybe change it up this year. Bring the cheese ball to Thanksgiving and the deviled eggs to Christmas.
I've done that before. It works okay. But yeah, like that's just kind of what I do. Well, cause mainly she like makes stuff. Like
Yeah.
my mom likes to cook, and I usually end Thanksgiving with like food for days. So it's one of those things where it's like I can't I don't like bringing food, but I can't bring too much food, or else it's just like I'm
Even
bringing it
more.
back. I'm bringing
Yeah.
back like leftovers of even more leftovers. It's like I can't do this. But yeah, I mean the football games are gonna be good on Thanksgiving. There's some interesting stuff.
Kevin, I think you mean the Magic the Gathering games. Know your audience.
Oh yeah, I forget.
Who
That's
who watches football that listens to this
I
podcast?
don't. Yeah, that's weird. That's one of those things. I guess it's like me being a day walker because there's some interesting stuff going on in the old NFL. Like it's a season. It's a season where no one knows exactly what team is good because a bunch of like really good teams have lost. So it's like I don't know.
Maybe they're all bad this year.
Well, it's more like it's all kind of up in the air, except for the Houston Texans. They're bad. They're very bad. They've been
Good.
on like a downward spiral, and it's kind of ooh. But yeah. So how's it been going?
Sorry, I'm just thinking about the idea of them being so bad they get sold to Tennessee again.
Oh man. Oh well, we got the Oilers. Titans are
Yeah.
Titans are like mediocre. They'll probably hit the playoffs. I still think Derrick Henry hasn't been the same after he got like injured and then came back. He's been
Oh yeah, Derrick Henry. Yeah, yeah.
King Henry. He's like
Oh, Dank
he's
Hank, we
he
called him.
he's like the best player on Tennessee, as he was described.
Tennessee, you say? Yes, yes, Tennessee. That's a place I've heard of.
Well, I'm just saying, he was compared to Goku in the tier list of strongest running backs. To bring it back to our audience, he goes ultra.
There's a Goku Macy's Day Parade float now, and that's weird.
Yeah, and it's like blue Goku.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like. I just
It should be vanilla or Super Saiyan, but not Super Saiyan God. That's just
no.
too new. That's not iconic enough yet.
I think it should just be vanilla. I
I
like.
think it should be battle damaged Goku from Namek right before he killed Frieza.
Well, that's like iconic for Z, but also I think like if you had just like normal Goku on the Nimbus, that's to me
Yep,
like what I think of like image one in my brain of Goku.
yep, that'd be a nice little one.
I mean, sometimes like it depending on how I feel, it's either like kid Goku on the Nimbus or adult Goku on the Nimbus.
It's America, so I think it has to be adult Goku on the Nimbus.
True. I'm just saying
The better
personally.
one, the better one, I think, is Kid Goku. But listen. I'm already trying to fight capitalism on Blue Goku. I'm not gonna test my luck even more.
I actually really like Teen Goku, where he's kind of like tall but a little
Oh,
lanky.
yeah.
Like I think that may be my favorite
His
Goku.
his muscles aren't super defined.
Yeah, like he's starting to get like a little bit better, more proportion. So like the fights look a little like when he was fighting like Piccolo and stuff, and you're like
Yeah.
the choreography is a little less goofy because it's not like a child fighting a
Yep.
grown man. But you know, it's like he's still like kind of I like that Goku.
That's a good little
He's a
Goku.
he's a good Goku.
The the Dead Zone Goku.
Yeah, that's a good one. The the Raditz Goku, because he bulks up when
Yeah.
he's fighting Vegeta. That's like proper Z
Yeah,
beefy
that's
Goku.
eh, I still think that's on the transition. I think it's like Namek really is when he's
Namek is beef Goku, but like
like um the Manga Plus app is doing a weekly release of Dragon Ball, and it just now finished Dragon Ball this past week. So Z starts Friday. But like just thinking about how weird the Namek saga is for people who've been reading Dragon Ball the whole time of just like Goku hasn't been here at all to help.
that.
This is just them trying to survive
And it's that's the
without.
yeah. You go. Sorry, you're cutting in and
Oh,
out.
oh, I'm joining back.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay,
You're talking about like the Namek arc
there we go.
and how the Namek arc is
Yeah,
the best arc of Z because Goku's like not there.
yeah, like it's just like everyone else trying to struggle and like rally without Goku.
Solve the problem, gang. It's
Also, that's the real actual Macy's float should be Frieza in his little chair.
oh, that would be appropriate. The Ginyu Force. Go
Yeah.
hard. Man, that's so
The
that are
Namek saga is weird.
it's cool. It's so
Yeah, but it
cool.
is completely like out of left field. Okay, granted, what the pig called Goku being an alien after he turned into a monkey, but
Yeah. But
uh,
that's probably like a
long,
joke.
long. Yeah, no, it's definitely a joke, and I think it's probably Toriyama forgot he made that joke, and then came up with the same joke again to be like, "Oh, what if Goku is an alien? That's funny."
Oh, that Toriyama. I do like how he draw though.
He do,
I
and I
really
like how he storytell.
I oh god. Okay, you have to go.
Kevin
I have to
is
mute.
dying. Kevin has physical disabilities from, I think, sleeping wrong.
It
I'm
was
not
either
sure. I can't
it was
remember.
either sleeping wrong or what I think happened is like I slipped on the stairs and I braced myself against like the side of the stairs and I think I pulled
Mm.
something. And I think it just
Yep.
like that was where the tear began and then I slept on the tear wrong and then it escalated to like bruised rib. So now
Yep.
like if I cough, it gets real bad.
It hurts.
Yeah, or like if I'm like it's gotten better. I you'll probably know by this recording, but I may skip doing the Magic the Gathering stream because even though Magic
That's
Monday,
how bad it is, people.
yeah, it's rough. Like I can't. Well, it's weird because I try to sit with good posture, with like back straight, but with my rib hurt, I have to like slouch over in like
Yeah.
bad posture.
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't like this because I've tried to like sit up straight. I don't want to be a gamer goblin any more so than
Good
normal.
posture is hard.
I hate good posture. I hate it. My body does not want to do it.
I think it's a Blondie comic where Dagwood is like eating at a diner and the guy's like complaining about like all you schmucks like just leaned over like eating like animals. Like you need to be more like side character who exists rarely in the show, who's like all proper and tidy. And then the last panel is like him walking out the door and like past the window, and you just see all the ache and pain lines coming off of him.
Yeah, that's how you do it. One of my secret techniques for good posture is sitting crisscross applesauce. I find that helps me sit up straight better.
So I played the first Platoon. I sat on the floor, crisscross applesauce, and played that game a lot. And I did not sit up straight, and my hips told me all about it.
Yeah. Man, okay. To get a little minor political incorrectness, it took a lot of time to change Colin basically sitting with your legs crossed, crisscross applesauce. Because back when I was a child, some 30 years ago, probably actually, yeah, over 20, 25 years ago, they called it Indian
Mm-hmm.
style,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, and that's not cool, but that it took a while to get me to retrain that. Just to let people know that I'm old, but I'm trying to work on getting out of that conditioning.
So I think the first time as an adult I heard it was when you said it, and I basically instantly switched to it because it's one of those things that's so dumb that I'm like, no, this is just how I have to say this now. This is just this is just what it's called now.
Yes, crisscross applesauce.
Yep.
Yo, yeah. I'd say there's some stuff you get some words in your vocabulary, and you're like, yep, that's the word now. Going back to football, my dad calls the Washington Commanders the Washington Commodores, and that's now become their name in the house. So he's called them the Commodores because it kind of sounds like a little better. They're not bad this year. But anyway, did you see any of that Pokemon footage from the new
Yeah,
Pokemon game?
man. I don't know. And apparently Sword and Shield was like that too.
I mean, Sword and Shield, like, it didn't. I remember Sword and Shield did not run that badly. Like, it was kind of jank. That Arceus game was kind of ugly and awful. And this one is just, it's been like, that, I don't, I feel like,
Yeah, I don't. Nintendo is always so good at optimizing their games for their system.
I think it's overreach. Like, I think the Game Freak people cannot make like the internet and populace wants to make a 3D open world Pokemon game, and I feel that
Mm-hmm.
studio cannot do it. Like they don't have the manpower or time or
Mm-mm.
talent to do it. They can make like a top-down 2D RPG pretty fine. I mean, that's but it's just there's just I feel like
Yeah.
they're chasing something that they cannot do. You've given a horror movie director who used to be making movie horror movies for like $5 million, and then you're saying, okay, now make Avengers Endgame. You have $5 million, and then you're looking at it like, man, this is terrible. Because
I
you,
don't even think I don't even think it's that because I'm sure they did get additional funding, but the
see,
problem is like their team's not designed to do that.
I don't
It's
think their
they're
team can do
they're
it.
they're a hammer and they've been putting all these nails in. It's been fine, and now Nintendo gave them a screw. And it's like, all right, here you go. Like what?
Or
We don't do this.
no, we've made like basically handheld 2D RPGs. And even when they went to quote unquote 3D, they're still like grid based, like RPGs.
Hmm.
And now you're asking us to make like a console, like it just doesn't work. I don't. And part of it is like, I mean, the end result is those games always sell because the franchise, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Which is to me the most frustrating element of it. Of like, no, it doesn't matter. People buy those games, and then people argue with me on Twitter because I said those games shouldn't run like that. And then the guy's like, "No, you don't understand. Like the Pokemon Game Freak's like an indie company, and they don't have the resources." And I'm like, I don't care. It shouldn't run like that. Not even if Nintendo's not gonna fork over the budget, then just make the game smaller.
Hmm.
Like, like if you're not if you like if the game's gonna sell no matter what, then just make a polished little like RPG that runs
Hmm.
fine. You don't have to because
That's that's so annoying because no part of your statement said they need to be overworked or they don't have enough funds. No, you said this IP deserves better than what they're putting out for it.
yeah, and also you can tell by the technical quality that they are being overworked and they're asking to be doing something they can't do. Like no one no one was mad outside of like game reviewer people were always like, it's just another Pokemon RPG. But like I played all of the ones for Game Boy through DS. And they're all pretty good. Like you just play them, you're like, yeah, it's a fun little RPG. You trade your monsters and then you battle them with people online. What's the deal? It's
The
fine.
tutorial's too long.
Well, yeah, that's always been an issue, and that will always continue to be an issue. But it's like I just that game. I don't know if I'm going to get to it. And part of that is like there's just a lot of video games. I did get the
Yeah.
PlayStation 5 working.
Also, I don't like any of the starters.
I think the alligator one's final form looks okay, but the other two I don't like at all. I don't like the duck's final form, which is like a
Mm-mm.
flamingo dancer, and then the cat one looks to me it just looks like someone's fursona,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean that like in a bad way, where I'm looking at
Yeah.
that I'm like, oh, that's the one for like the fursonas. And not even like, and then there's some of them where you're like, yeah, that happens, but I don't know. And some of the designs are just,
I don't like people-y Pokemon.
I like
I
some of them. Like I think Machamp and stuff is cool. I
but
think
they're still monstrous. But then like Gardevoir and this cat one, they're not. They're just like, oh, it's just like a person. It's just a Pokemon flavored people. Jinx, Mr. Mime, they're people but they're not just humans.
they're also
No-
horrific if you like render them out, as was shown in Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, I don't like people Pokemon.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I also don't like how like the red lizard in Scarlet has like tires on it, but it runs with its legs. You seen that? Where it's supposed to be like a motor, like the purple one, like looks like a robot, and it drives around on like the tires on underneath it. But like the red lizard, like it has like tires, but it runs around. I don't like that. So
Don't they both turn into motorcycles that you ride on anyway?
yeah, but the red one, like it gets like it has wheels, but it still uses its legs to run around, and it looks awful. Whereas like the other one, it gets wheels and then it uses the wheels to move around as if it's like a transformer. But yeah, a lot of
Um,
people are just posting that, and I think like I just the game's
Also, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about like there's a couple of these in the new ones, right? The new like Wiglet and Wug Trio.
Yeah, they're like they've started to just because they can't come up with new designs, they just take like an old Pokemon and then put like a new type on it.
But no, this isn't a new type though. This isn't a new Diglett. It's a new species that impersonates Diglett.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Where it's just like, okay, we don't have a new Pokemon, so now this is a water Diglett.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't Spain Diglett that preferred water to dirt. It's they did that with Whopper. Yeah, they have a poison
Yeah,
Whopper.
there's the Wooper.
Whooper.
Yeah, when are they gonna have like a Charizard of every type? When's it coming? When are we gonna
They
have?
still haven't finished out an Eevee for every type.
That's true.
They made a ghost dog for this generation, and Eevee's sitting right there like, I don't have a ghost form yet myself.
Or like a metal form.
Or a poison.
Or a
Or a
bug.
rock.
Bug Eevee. Eevee turns into a Cronenberg.
Yep.
Where are you giving us Pokemon? I don't know. It's also the fact that like the story is yet again like in school.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel because Ash Ketchum finally won a degree like a Pokemon championship, like I understand it does not matter because it's for a never-ending cycling of kids. But I do not want the Pokemon anime to be like Ash Ketchum, Pokemon champion, and now he's back to school. It's like, no. He's done it. It's over.
What did he win a few years ago?
Well, like he won an actual Pokemon thing. I think he won like a, I don't know. I just
That's
see
what
him.
I got confused about. It's like I thought he won the like Aloha League or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not like technically a Pokemon league. The whole point of like the Alola League was like it was like a proto
Um,
thing.
was it like a Masters series?
Yeah, you know how he won like the Orange Island Championship, where like technically, but that's not against like the Elite Four people. It's more like, yo, you're just kind of here. Whereas like the one he won was like the big championship against all the warriors.
Yep. Sure. Okay.
I think it would be better if they just put Ash out the pasture, put in a new
Yep.
kid.
Just do an animated adaptation of each game.
Yeah, that's because that was always the part of the show I was like really excited to see in like the first season. Like I didn't care about like now we're on like a ranch somewhere and we have to like find some magnemites of like I don't care, but what I want to see is all right, here's Ash and now he's going to the Viridian City and now he's in the forest and now he's fighting Brock and now he's in Mount like that. The anime had like a pretty good pace, and then I think around like Lieutenant Surge it just like it's like and now filler begins. Because I remember like back in the days you could get the VHS tapes of like
Yep.
episodes, and like pretty much on every VHS tape he would be at least going to like a gym leader or doing something in game. And then I remember like after Lieutenant Surge it was like and now who knows when he's gonna get to like the grass gym. It's gonna be a while.
And now my original story.
Now our original filler, where Ash Ketchum and the crew meet a Pokemon. Team Rocket tries to steal the Pokemon and or Pikachu, but then Pikachu and or the new Pokemon save the day.
Oh,
Repeat.
but you forgot Jigglypuff puts everyone to sleep and gets mad at them.
There you go. There you go. I Pokemon is just one of those things I hate so much because I love it. But I love it to hatred. And I still feel it. It's hard. It's very like because some things like I've let go. Like I'm like, yeah, that's never good. And some things I've like come to peace with, where I'm like, yeah, okay. But like Pokemon is just still, I'm like, why?
Yep.
I think it's because I went so hard into it for so long.
Ah, time sunk fallacy.
Yeah, well, not time sunk fallacy, but I'd say it's like formative. It because I was in like sixth grade when it came out, and it when it was like big coming out, and I was like, oh man, this is it. This is what's gonna ruin my my middle school through high school career. Let's do it. Let's go all in,
I rem-
Pikachu.
I remember school lunches one year. They were giving out Pokemon posters, and this was before anyone even knew what Pokemon was. And then it wasn't until like a month or so later that Pokemon started like being eked out, and it's like, I know what this poster I have is now,
It's such
and
it.
it is
Oh man,
weird.
Pokemon. And then the cards came out. Like it
Yep.
was, it was, it was, it was a peak media franchise that I felt like you got in on like the ground floor. And even nowadays, I don't feel like that's happened. Where I'm just like, eh. I think,
Yeah, like I can't think of, I don't know, like what's the, I got Fortnite?
I guess
Yes.
Fortnite, but like Fortnite, I feel like Fortnite's still the same game.
Yeah, but it's free to play, and I think that's, I don't know, that's the weird part to me too, is Fortnite's just free to play. Like, yeah, you have to pay for the skins or whatever, but you can also slowly unlock those.
Or you can just
Whereas like
play it.
anything Pokemon, you had to pay
Oh, you had to
money
pay.
for.
You had to buy them all. Maybe like League of Legends. But even like League of Legends,
Kids
like
aren't playing League of Legends.
yeah, that's true. League of Legends was not being played by like elementary school kids.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. Also, because like am I wrong in thinking that like everyone was mourning the death of Green Power Ranger? Was he like the one that was a dick to Billy, or was that Red Power Ranger?
I feel like everyone on stage was a dick to Billy.
Because there's like an element where I see all this like outpouring, and I don't want to put it on Twitter because people are like genuinely, I don't want to yuck people's yum, but like in my brain I'm like everyone on that show was like a dick to Billy, so like fuck them.
Yeah.
Like that's like my brain. It's like everyone and Haim Saban is an asshole. So like screw them all. Like I don't know. I just have this bitterness. It's like they were mean to Billy.
Yeah.
Why were they? They didn't need to be mean to Billy. He was just an actor doing his job.
That you drove him off of the show with your hatred and vitriol.
Yeah. Like fuck all y'all. Yeah. What do you think about everyone trying to go on like Hive or whatever?
I made a hive, but I don't really understand. Like, I didn't actually look at it at all. I just did it with, like, okay, well, if this is the next social media, I just want my name. I'm
I
just gonna go ahead and make this account and forget about it.
I hate making accounts, and I don't care.
I like co-host. Like, out of everything that's coming out, so far, co-host has been my favorite one to now browse. Tumblr is weird because
Tum
it's coming back to life.
it is slowly coming back, and people are like starting to show up there.
Nature is healing.
Nature is healing. I appreciate that. Like I can follow people and no one can see. That's
Yep,
nice. That's very key.
that's true for co-host.
Yeah.
But co-host has a wait time to join, which, ideally will keep it better, but kind of annoying. Be like, I'm making social media that I'll be able to access in 3 weeks, I guess. Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna ride Twitter until it dies, and then I'll go to
Oh
whatever
yeah,
the other one, like ride or
same.
die.
I'm actually, I think I do want Twitter to die just because I want just to fuck that guy.
Yeah, I don't like
Just
Elon
that, no,
Musk.
just exactly. I want it to tank. I want it to just end.
Can I be an Elon Musk hater hipster? Because like I hated him from like SpaceX. Like once he started doing that, and then like it was like the SpaceX was just I felt like a money laundering scheme to instead of putting funds to NASA, we give him funds and then he does NASA, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like you can't even do what we did in the '60s. Come on.
You are literally just like siphoning money and then doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm like Elon Musk sucks forever.
Yep.
I was on the train early.
And then it didn't help that he had like the Rick and Morty thing of like that same group of people just sucking him off, and it's like,
Oh, I hate it.
okay, yeah, but Teslas just randomly catch fire, and
Or
it's documented.
or just drive and stop. The electric motor
Yeah,
just says go and you can't
yeah.
stop it.
Or also the handle. You know how sometimes your door handle gets frozen shut when it's cold out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, these are flush with the car, and you like have to push a button to get them to eject out, so then you can open it. So yeah, you just can't get in your car if it's cold.
Yeah. There's a lot
If
of
it's just
like
yeah,
build quality that's not very good.
yeah,
Part of that I don't blame the people working there because obviously it's like it's gotten bad.
yeah.
And as we can see, Elon Musk does not know how to run a company at
Yep.
all. I'm saying like if you put me at like CEO of Twitter, I just would have said ban more. I would have said ban more of the racist and Nazi
Yeah.
people, and
Hey,
then
we have this list, right, of all the Nazis on Twitter, right? Germany makes us keep that list. Yeah, okay. They're all banned
yeah,
now.
they're all banned, and then I'm gonna put like an eyeball next to your little tweets down there. That's like it's like I see you. It's not quite
Yeah.
a like, but it's like a I saw that.
Yeah.
That'd be my
I, I'm adding an yeah. I'm just adding an extra thing. The heart is turning back into a star, and
yeah
that's where all your favorites are. And the heart now just does nothing.
yeah.
It just
It does nothing, but it lets the person know that like hey, they saw it.
which that's what Instagram has for like their photo stuff. But I hate it so much of like because it's not a conversation. It's not. It's just like a. Oh, I just hearted this. I didn't. I don't want to save this to look at it again later. I just gave you a heart to let you. And it's like I don't know. It feels so incredibly vain on Instagram, but when it's in conversation of a converse in the context of a conversation to just be like, oh, this is the nice little period. This just the little ender. The
Yeah.
little we don't have to keep talking
Yep, I'm
anymore.
done with this conversation. Thanks for talking. Here's your sticker. Do that in real life. Just have like a bunch of like banana stickers from Metalocalypse and you give someone a sticker. Like there you go. This conversation's done.
Yeah.
Yep, that's that'd be nice. I'm still peeved about Pokemon though.
You know what I hate too now?
What's
When you
that?
go, if you open, I don't know if this is true on the web app, but like the Twitter mobile app, when you go under notifications, it now has all verified and then mentions. And I'm like, ew, no, get this out of here.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all. I don't know. I'm like in a weird holding period. You know that the PlayStation 5 was not that hard to set up. I was kind of shocked.
Is it big? Did you get the disc or the discless
Oh, the disc version.
core?
The because then it's backwards compatible, which is key. With like the PlayStation 4, you just put a PS4 disc in there and it goes. Downloading God of War. I'm gonna play that probably next month because my dad wants to play it too and have someone to talk to about it.
Yeah.
So we don't like get off sync on that.
It's gonna be game of the year, Kevin.
Yeah, probably.
It doesn't deserve it, but it will be.
Eh. It's
He'll wear a stolen crown.
I know, and I know I'm gonna like it because I really liked the other one. It's weird. It's like I have problems where like I don't like basic bitch stuff, and then sometimes I am the basic bitch. When like I'm like, yeah, give me my slop, oink oink.
Suey, here, piggy, piggy, piggy.
Like I watched Top Gun Maverick, and I'm like, yeah, I like this movie. I liked it. Thought it was good. Yeah, there's a couple like questionable parts with any military movie. It's like, there's a little bit of propaganda in there, and you just gotta, yeah, I see it. At least it's not like in a Transformers movie. Like in here, it's somewhat expected. I don't know. Like I'm more okay with it. Top Gun having more propaganda than Transformers. I'm gonna put that out here.
Well, yeah, Top Gun is literally a movie about the military.
Yeah.
The Transformers should only be doing propaganda for, like, joining the, yeah. And then people will be like, wait, why is only the evil robots trying to recruit me?
Yeah. Oh, that's a high concept. I would be down for that high concept Transformers. Or high concept for Transformers. Where it's like, wow, this movie has like themes. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
It's almost as if the movie wanted to say something. And something besides buy our toys. For real, though.
But also buy our toys.
Yeah, for real, though. Buy our toys. Yeah, it was like there was like a hubbub on the internet where people were like, this Call of Duty seems to be propaganda. Everyone's like, yeah. It always has been.
Yeah. Yep. And someone just did like the thread of just, here's all the propaganda that is constant and eternal to Call of Duty.
I still think one of the most probably ineffective in the other way they didn't intend was that like that bit in Call of Duty 4 where you're in the AC-130 gunship and you're just killing all those people, and it was very like you're looking through your grainy TV and they're like movement on the left, and then you moved your cursor to the left and you hit and you saw like 4 explosions and like tank goes down, and it was just like, oh man. because of the graphics, like footage and the blur, it looked real. Like how you've seen footage. Well, because you've seen footage where they show like the grainy cam where it's like doing like a bombing run or something on TV, or just like, and because of like the graphical fidelity of like the Xbox combined with that filter, it made it look like it. It was one of the most real looking things I've seen in a video game. And because it's so detached, whenever you just show like, yep, and there's a couple explosions and the people aren't there no more. Like truck from the least hit it with the whatever millimeter, and you goes like, boop, 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 and then it's gone. And like tango down. And you're like, ooh, this isn't hitting like what you thought it was gonna hit.
No, it's not. This is not hitting like the Pentagon paid you to have it hit.
No, it's hitting the exact opposite, at least for me. But then maybe that's why the military doesn't want me in there. For a variety of reasons. Unless you're doing like, I'm still mad about that Amazon Tomorrow War. I'm still I'm still upset about that movie. Cause
Just how flaccid it was.
well, it's like, cause I thought it was like it was one of those movies where it was doing something that was intentionally so stupid and obvious. I thought there had to be a trick to it. Like I'm like, okay, there's clearly like they're gonna be like a second act reveal, and they're gonna be like, what, you thought this was stupid? No, here's the real story, but like there was none. Like the Netflix movie The Gray Man was very generic and kind of bland, but at least like it was what it was. I'm like, yeah. I was not frustrated at that movie. I'm still mad about the Tomorrow War because it could have like there's several ways that movie could have gone that would have been an interesting idea, and it chose none of them. Like it feels like it was directly avoiding like anything that could have been interesting or had a point. Oh, I'm still mad.
Yeah, of course. Made by Amazon. They
Yeah.
can't say anything.
But Amazon has said things. That's what's weird. Like Amazon's such a weird. It's so bizarre.
I think it's just a matter of their original studios, they made Suspiria, and then they're like, okay, that was a lot of work. We're just gonna hire some standard Hollywood producers to make these now, and so it just gets again focus test to Blandesville, everyone's favorite.
Or we just adapt something that people liked and we put our own spin on it.
That's what Disney used to do.
Yeah, they did. They used to. They
That's why
still.
there's two Winnie the Poohs now in copyright.
Yeah.
Well, one in copyright, one in public domain.
Apparently, like the Disney man is like retiring or whatever, and they're putting a new Disney man who's showing back. I don't know the idea. I just know that like Jenny Nicholson was talking about that this probably isn't going to make the Disney parks any better, and I trust her opinion on such things.
Yeah.
There's just I don't like. I think I've said it before because this is just kind of a rambly episode, but I don't like prestige TV. I just don't like it.
You also don't like British TV.
I like British TV when they're either baking things or talking about cars. Then it's great.
So you don't like British TV, you like two British shows.
Yeah, that's about right. It just doesn't work. I've given it chances. Like I don't know. If it's British people doing something silly, that's okay. And Wallace and Gromit's British, right?
Yes?
I like them.
Maybe it's Scottish.
I don't know. I like Wallace and Gromit.
What about Shaun the
Yeah,
Sheep?
Shaun the Sheep's good. Whatever that like Turkey Run movie I didn't really like.
Chicken Run?
Yeah,
They're making a sequel to Chicken Run.
why?
I don't know.
No, that's my question is why? Because I didn't think that movie like lit the masses on fire.
Yeah, I could not tell you why, but Chicken Run is getting a sequel.
Chicken Run. Well, what could they do? The first one was just The Great Escape, but with chickens.
Well, it's also a Holocaust movie.
But with chickens.
Yeah. So I mean they could tell another oppressed people. This one's the Prince of Egypt, but with chickens.
I was gonna say it was gonna be a horribly bumbled metaphor for the Black Lives Matter movement, but with chickens. And you know what?
They could be that too.
And you know what? I think I'd be willing to see that disaster. I would like if I was the producer or someone, not even producer, just like an advisor, and they came up with me with that film and it was not my money, I would be like, go on. Tell me your vision. I want to see it. Do it.
So this is an article from Variety. 2 decades after its release, Chicken Run remains the highest grossing stop motion animated film of all time.
Wait, what? I thought that movie was like a minor, like I thought it was like a bomb to like minor success.
No, it
What?
apparently did gangbusters. Okay, so Kevin, it has a budget of 42 to 45 million dollars. How much do you think it made?
Okay, I looked on whatever, and it's got like $224 million.
Yep, almost 225.
What the hell?
Yeah, but the sequel is called Chicken Run 2: The Dawn of the Nugget.
Oh. Well, I mean, like I see that's also like on like on what am I thinking of? That's like a Netflix spinoff, like whatever. You know.
It's from the director of Flushed Away and Paranorman, not Henry Selick and not Tim Burton, despite what the commercials will have you believe.
Yeah.
It is Sam Fell. I
I
never
heard
watched Flushed Away. Did not care about that at all.
I heard Paranorman was okay.
I like Paranorman. Paranorman is pretty good. It's kind of a middling first and second act, but the third act is where it shines.
I always felt like it was one of those movies like Monster House where my brain says no, but a lot of people are like, actually, that movie's pretty good. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what? Because I think I was out of the like children's animated film game.
yeah. There for a while, Laika Productions, it was really like, okay, the tier list of their movies is just what order were they released in. Each of their movies gets a little worse.
I
But
like
then Kubo broke that because it's like equal to Paranorman.
I liked Coraline.
Yep, Coraline's good. I saw Box Trolls, and I've forgotten most of Box Trolls.
That's how you know you got a classic. Although sadly, in
Uh,
terms of like children's movie, like entirely forgettable and inoffensive is like
Wendell and Wild.
I mean that's I'm glad you're making that movie, but that's I'm just not into like children's animated films anymore.
What movie were you gonna say was?
I don't know. I think I was probably gonna talk about like Despicable Me, where I was like that movie was fine, like the first one.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's fine. I think okay, no, I changed my mind. I'm not into children's animated films unless they feature a video game property I'm familiar with. Then I'll like dip my toe back in there. But otherwise, I'm just like, eh.
yeah.
Why would I don't. No offense. Like I don't want to watch like DreamWorks The Bad Guys or whatever. Even though that trailer looked okay.
It's
Just
just like
just not.
every, at least every Disney and Pixar movie has had the same twist for since like Wall-E, debatably.
I feel like Pixar has gone like in this downhill slash Oscar bait, if that makes sense. Where like
Yeah,
it's gotten like increasingly more bland, but like increasingly more like, and this part's for the adults. But that means that the movie itself is more boring and stupid. Like I don't
yeah.
know. It's just I feel like I have every Pixar movie I look at it and I just go, oh, okay, here's where they're gonna turn into like goofy goobers for
And
like
like I can't even tell what's a. I don't understand why they're even separate studios at this point, other than marketing.
oh yeah, because
Like
Pixar's
Disney
the
and Pixar
prestige.
movies are all the same.
because that's like the prestige animated one, and then you have like the other one, which is like Zootopia or whatever. Even though I feel like Zootopia had more of like a social message than like the last five Pixar movies.
Yeah, like
like Zoot-
I don't think that's right. I think maybe that's what it used to be, but I don't think.
Not anymore. Like I feel
Well,
like
who made Encanto?
I think that's the other one.
And who made the one about the fantasy worlds with the two guys going on the road trip?
That's Pixar.
I don't even remember the name of that one.
I know what you're saying. I know that one that just like completely like went off the.
Jack Black was in it, maybe?
I think it was Jack Black and Tom Holland.
Really?
I think so.
I was gonna guess the voice of Hiccup or the guy
It might have
from
been that
The
guy.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah. So like yeah, like the Tangled. That's Disney's animated. That's where you have like Tangled, Wreck It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6.
Inside Out.
I liked Big Hero 6.
I did not. That movie was bland as
I
hell.
kind of liked Big Hero 6. I thought that was a Pixar movie.
Big Hero 6 or Inside Out?
Inside Out was a Pixar movie.
Pixar. And they're making a sequel.
Ugh.
I was thinking, and if I was making an Inside Out sequel, it would just be an anthology of like the ending of Inside Out 1 where it was just showing different people's emotions in their brains.
Oh yeah.
And that would be the whole movie. It's just all the emotions.
Okay, so I'm looking. Yeah. Okay. I think I stopped. Like I'm looking at the list of like of stuff of like Pixar. I think Toy Story 3 is where I stopped. When I stopped watching like all of it.
What came out before The Good Dinosaur?
Inside Out.
Okay, so I don't know if that's where I stopped watching all of it, but that's kind of where I just stopped watching Pixar stuff.
I mean, part of it was like how Up. I think I was angry. I've always been kind of upset that like the first bit of Up was like this dramatic masterpiece, and then the rest of the movie is like forgettable. like
I've just been upset with Cars.
I liked the first Cars. I'm a Cars 1 defender. I think Cars 1 is fine. It's not as good as the other like pre like the
Finding Nemo is I don't know, is like whatever. I don't have like any fondness for it. It's fine.
I
Monsters Inc. I feel the same
I
way.
really
A
like
Bug's
Monsters
Life, who
Inc.
cares?
I like A Bug's Life. I think like Toy Story and Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3 are like fine.
Yeah. I like The
The
Incredibles.
Incredibles is obviously the best one.
Yeah.
Like
No, Kevin, that's Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. I think it might be like I think that may be a situation where Ratatouille is probably the best movie, but The Incredibles is my favorite of the Pixar.
No way, Ratatouille sucks ass. It
I
has
like
this message
Ratatouille, man.
that's like criticism is bad actually.
I
And it's
like
like, no, it's
Ratatouille.
not.
I also like Wall-E.
Yeah, well, Wally's good.
Wall-E is very good. I like
The first
Monsters Inc.
5 minutes of Up is the best
Oh yeah,
one.
well no, that's obviously like that's what I'm saying. That's what makes me upset with Up because like you have like a really good movie and then we turn into like I feel like forgettable Drek with talking dogs and my brain just turns it off like nope, and we're gone.
Yeah.
Like oh man. Monsters Inc made me cry. I'm sorry, I'm basic like that. I've already admitted my basic things. Monsters Inc. Like there's some movies that make me tear up, and that was one of them. I didn't tear up for Toy Story 3. I didn't care
Oh, I teared up. Well, it's
when they were
so
slowly
like,
accepting their death.
yes.
I didn't. That didn't get me. But when Sully was mean to Boo and she cried, I was like really upset. That really
Yeah,
bothered me.
that didn't do anything to me.
Oh, that bothered me. That's one of those like, oh no. Oh.
That's just like someone being mean to their dog, so it runs away, you know?
Yeah, but it was like, oh, he was so sad. And then John Goodman Sully was sad that he had to do it. And I'm like, oh, it hurts. It hurts me. But yeah, like I didn't see Cars 2 or Brave or Monsters University or The Good Dinosaur or Fun. Like some of the I feel like Pixar movies shouldn't have sequels.
Yep, I agree. I think Toy Story's the only one that should have gotten sequels. And like after the trilogy, it should have turned into like, okay, well if you're gonna make us keep making these, Toy Story 4 is just the Woody Roundup show special.
Oh, that would have been better than
Like,
Lightyear.
yeah, like or then like or do Lightyear, but actually do a good movie and like do the Adventures of Buzz Lightyear Star Command as a movie.
Yeah.
Because they already did it.
I did not see Turning Red, but I feel like from what I've heard that if you had like an overbearing parent, it hits hard, but otherwise does not.
Yeah, it's fine.
Which I think of all like the recent, that's the one I'm like, okay, that one's fine.
I don't think Kelsey liked how much facial rigging there was in the models for Turning Red.
I
Like they had a lot of different moving parts on the faces.
I don't I just have a vague feeling of being upset with Soul. Like
Because it's a black guy?
no, no. I think I was upset because I thought it was going to be a cool movie about a black guy trying to be a jazz musician, and then he turned into like a Pixar blob, and my like disappointment began.
Oh, hit you with the replacement bureau.
Yeah, or I'm like, oh, is this gonna be like a stylized take in the city where like a elementary guy's gonna try to like live out his dream and then he dies and then he's like, no, I'm a Pixar blob, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to see a Pixar blob. Get out of here. Get out of here, Pixar blobs. Elemental.
Yep, that's the new one.
I don't know.
Onward. That's the one that's completely forgotten immediately.
I don't know, man. I think we've said it before somewhat in like the lines of like ponies back in the day, but it's like
Kevin,
what?
we were wrong. Erase your biasness, and if I asked you the question of whose voice do you think is in Onward, what's the only correct choice according to Hollywood?
Oh, it's Chris Pratt, isn't it?
It's Chris Pratt. It's Tom Holland and Chris Pratt.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. We thought it was like I knew it was Tom Holland because he's everywhere. Tom Holland's like the Chris Pratt, but I'm more okay with it. Is Tom Holland the new
Okay.
Michael Cera?
Yes,
Okay.
except he's much better than Michael
Well, yeah,
Cera.
but yeah, like he's the upgrade.
Um, obviously this is no, this was released March 6, 2020. So yeah, this COVID hit it. But Onward had a budget of 175 to 200 million dollars, and you double that for ads and
Yeah,
whatever, right?
yeah.
A box office of 142 million.
Ugh. You'd think Onward would be the thing, like, because Onward on like is the kind of story and setting I love, which is like modern day like I love modern day having to deal with fantasy BS. I
Yet
love
you've
that.
never played Shadowrun.
No, because those games are too old. Or the one for 360 wasn't. But I like that setting. It's similar to Vampire the Masquerade. Like that's like the most recent game of like that I've come in contact with. Where it's like, yo, we're in LA, but there's vampire stuff too. Deal with it.
I guess I was aware that they're different movies, But also, Encanto and Luca are not the same movie.
No, but they are kind of the same movie. No, not really. It's about being a merman. I don't know, merman. You're hanging out. I didn't see Incredibles 2.
And it had the same twist.
Uh, there's some of those. Well, that's because I felt like it was done. I didn't. I just.
Yep.
I don't know.
I want them to just take all the models and textures from The Incredibles 2 and just do an upscale on The Incredibles 1 with all of that. And just make that movie look really pretty.
Like the remaster. I don't know. I don't want to
Yeah.
remaster because then we're getting into the George Lucas scenario where people are gonna like tweet.
No, I don't. No, this is literally. I only want them to just put the new
Re-render
textures
it.
on it. Yeah, just re-render it out.
The Last of Us Part 1 or whatever, where they just re-render it.
Yeah,
HD
that's
remaster.
all I want. Yeah, that's it.
There we go. Any final thoughts about baby movies for babies?
If you just stop going, they'll stop making them.
Oh, I've stopped supporting that a long time, and it hasn't done it. But I still don't.
Just don't go.
I as a complaint, I think the fatal twist in movies for babies is where they decided that, and I'm gonna blame Shrek for this, where they say, and now we have a jokes for the adults. I don't like that. I think that the show should be just for kids and treat them as intelligent. Because like actually good children's media does not be like, and now time for the adult stuff.
Yeah, it's the difference between an all ages movie and an all ages show, like Batman the Animated Series. Oh, I'd wanted to talk about that to a real one.
Yeah.
That is just enjoyable as media to all ages and kids movie, where it's like this is just the Minions and it's stupid garbage for stupid people and children and stupid children.
This is just
but they might make an adult joke for the regular adults in the room to be like, oh, okay. I guess that'll sustain me for the 90 minutes of garbage. This one little joke. Yeah, I guess that's all I needed for a $20 movie ticket.
I'm sure glad this children's movie for babies is making a hilarious Perry Mason reference or something. It's like, what?
Yep.
But then again, I will say the counterpoint to that is that I adore it when like you're watching old Looney Tunes and they start making references to things I have no idea.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what this is.
Yep.
I only vaguely know what Dick Tracy is. I've never seen it or read it, but I watch like cartoons where Daffy Duck, they're like multiple where Daffy Duck is just Dick Tracy doing stuff, and I'm like, okay.
Who the hell is Buck Rogers?
Yep. I knew about Duck Dodgers far before I knew what Buck Rogers even was.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, that's the cartoons where Daffy's in space. I like those.
Yeah.
Because there is a simple joy. I'll say, yeah. So if you make something, yeah, it has to be such an obtuse reference. If you want to put that in your children's film, then I'm cool with it.
Dragnet.
Yeah. Yeah, where you're like as a child or something, you're like, oh, it's the same as like watching Roger Rabbit, and then you see like Chicago, and you're like, or not Chicago, what is it? It was like the L.A. movie. No, Chinatown. And it's like the same movie, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. You watch the Flintstones, and then you see the Honeymooners.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh,
that's neat. There's something cool about that.
They just stole it. Oh, okay.
But yeah, to end it, yeah, Kevin Conroy, the realest of real, the best Batman.
Yep.
Bar none.
Bar none.
I would say
there's no competition.
There is none. It's him. Then like power gaps. Also a real cool dude just in general.
Yep.
Like that's what makes him.
Yep.
Like there's
I think
no
about that story of him doing the Batman appearance at
yeah
the
the soup
like kids
kitchen.
ward.
Yeah,
No, the kid, like the kids ward. It's like after filming, he didn't have time to change, so he's driving as Batman down the highway to the like hospital in like his crappy old station wagon.
yeah, yeah. Just a cool dude.
Yep, the world is a darker place.
True that. But in the end, I mean, that's basically the most Batman you could be.
That's what Gotham Knights is about.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking about how to pull that in and then be like upset about it. And then like, I don't know, that story's dumb. That game's
Yep,
dumb. I'm glad I'm
yep,
not playing it.
yep.
Anyway, later
Like in one
days.
way, it's like it's good that it's not another Arkham game, but in other ways, it would be better if it was just another Arkham game.
I think the Arkham game stopped after City. I liked Arkham City. Did not like Arkham Knight because the car didn't quite work. And the twist was too obvious as someone who even has like beyond
The
surface level
slightest familiarity.
with Batman. Like I'm like, oh, that's Jason Todd, isn't it? And then like I had to play
No, it
through.
could be
It
anyone.
could be anyone. Shut up. We're gonna play this for like 25 hours. I'm like, it's obviously Jason Todd. It's
No.
no, it's not. Shut up. Shut up. You didn't watch that Under the Red Hood Batman animated movie? That was actually pretty good. As that good moment where he's like, why don't you just kill Joker? Just him? And you kind of have to agree with him because, like, yeah. I mean, there's no tragedy to Joker. You can just kill him. I would.
It's an island.
Yeah. Let's do it. He ain't going to change or stop.
And everyone knows he's not going to change or stop.
No, I just do it. No one's going to blame you. I mean, you might with, like, your coat, but, like, everyone else will be like, yeah, I get it. Because, you know, like, Mr. Freeze, there's, like, stuff wrong with him.
Yeah. I think even the other villains in Gotham would be like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, because
Why didn't we kill him?
we probably should have done it. Should have just done it. Penguin's just like, I'm just a mobster. I don't like.
With a physical deformity.
Yeah, like just kill him. I mean, yeah, like
Really? Honestly, how has the Penguin not just killed Joker? The Joker has to be bad for business for
oh, it
the
must
Penguin.
be. Well, I don't know. There's probably something where like if the Joker's doing his bull crap, then the Penguin's like, okay, gang, time to like collect collection money because the Joker has his blimp.
Yeah.
The
All right,
blimp's-
Batman's tied up with other garbage. Petty crime it is.
All right, time to like break into those ATMs. Extortion is go. We have precisely 3 hours. 4 if Harley Quinn.
That's really what the timelines are for. The Joker gives.
Yeah.
It's not to give Batman a fighting chance. It's to give the other criminals time to do crime.
Yeah.
All right. Well, later days.
Later days. Don't get caught out when the Joker's doing whatever. Bye.
Yep.